The Commissioner Wreath of Service carries the challenge and responsibility of helping units succeed. In the process of doing that, you who wear the wreath will periodically face problems you'll have to resolve, or help unit scouters resolve. The best way to meet the challenge and obligation begins with staying in close and continuous contact with unit personnel. That way, you can see problems coming. And when you see them coming, you'll be in position to either prevent them, or minimize them, or offer solutions. The following videotape focuses, one at a time, on 14 of the most common unit problems nationwide. A realistically scripted and professionally acted dramatization will set up each problem. Following the setup, you'll have the opportunity to discuss solutions that might work best with your units in your community. You can have all the time you need for discussion simply by stopping the videotape player. During each exchange of ideas, you might want to use a marker board or notepad to record those ideas. After you've discussed the problem and possible solutions, turn the tape player back on. I'll suggest a number of action items open to you. Of course, you can always put the tape on pause to make notes or discuss the situation further. The combination of your ideas and my comments will help prepare each of you to become the most effective commissioner you can be. Depending upon available time and individual circumstances, you can see and discuss as many problem scenarios as each session will allow. Now, let's get started. Jim, yeah, hi, how you doing?
I'm doing fine.
Yeah, I got your message this morning about the unit that stopped meeting. Well, did they lose their meeting place? Did the leader quit, go on vacation? Tell me what happened.
Well, the company the leader works for a couple of weeks ago sent him troubleshooting some big problem out of state. I just found out. We don't know how long he'll be gone.
Uh-huh.
And to make things worse, the unit doesn't have an assistant leader.
Well, Jim, we got to get cracking on this right away or we could lose the unit here. Have you got any ideas? Well, I agree, Jim. Tell you what, call the committee and the chartered organization right away and make sure that they realize what's going on here. And get everybody working on the problem.
They're a good group. You know, I'm pretty sure between the committee and the parents, we can get a volunteer to get the meetings up and running real soon.
Tell you what, as a fallback position, see if the committee will call on the former unit leader, Sam Johnson, to find out if he's available to help out on a short-term basis, okay?
Will do. And while I'm working on the short term, we'll speed up our search for a long-term assistant leader.
Great. Anything I can do to help. Okay, Jim. Good luck. If the problem had been a lost meeting place, I'd recommend taking the same steps. Get everybody involved, either to salvage the old place or find a new one as quickly as possible. It's important not to shortchange youth. As long as they're still meeting, it'll help motivate unit adults to take some positive action. Morning, dear.
Morning.
Oh, I wouldn't have believed it if I hadn't seen it.
That's what I thought.
Marker here.
Oh, Ken, hi, it's David.
Yeah.
Ken, I was just reading the morning paper and There's an ad in there for a scoutmaster. It kind of sounds like your troop. Did you place it?
Yeah, sure did. It's how I find staff for the restaurant. It never fails.
Uh, well, Ken, really, that's a bit unusual for scouting, but I'll get to that in a minute. Tell me, what happened to your scoutmaster? Did he move? Was there some kind of a health problem?
No, he was pretty close to burnout, and after a confrontation with a couple of parents, well, I just kind of pushed him over the edge, so he just up and quit. But, David, did I hear something in your voice about the ad?
Well, Ken, actually, advertising is not an approved method of recruiting. You know that booklet that you've got, Foundations for Selecting Unit Leaders? Well, you'll find all the approved methods right in there.
Well, to tell you the truth, I never read the booklet, but until I do, maybe you could, tell me what I should have done or what I could do now.
Ken, the first thing you got to do is get the troop meeting again, right away. And keep it meeting. That means assigning a registered adult to run things on an interim basis. And as committee chairman, the assignment is your job, or the chartered organization representative's job, or both of yours.
Yeah.
Now, next thing, call your committee together to recruit a suitable replacement, following the guidelines and the foundations for selecting unit leaders.
Yeah.
It's going to take some fast action on your part. Now, after you find and confirm the new scoutmaster, get acquainted, of course, and orient him with our Fast Start video, right?
Okay, yeah.
Then make sure he gets to basic training as soon as possible.
Okay, thanks.
Must be doing penance for something horrible in a previous life. 3 units with no active committee. One falls apart because the sons of the members leave the unit. Another never gets off the ground because nobody ever called them together to get involved. Oh, then there's the unit leader who plays Lone Ranger. Doesn't want a committee, wants to do everything himself. Worst case scenario? When there's no committee and the leader quits, the unit folds. Oh, I've definitely got a problem. 3 problems, 3 big ones. Oh, what am I gonna do? Okay, David, let's be logical about this. Follow established procedure. Now, first thing, call the chartered organization representative, or visit the head of the chartered organization to plan for committee recruitment. Next, meet with the unit. Ask the unit leaders and the boys to suggest some adults who might serve. Then call a parents' meeting to do the same. Finally, when the new committee's in place, help them set up a meaningful agenda and give each member a specific responsibility. Yeah, that's right. Must impress upon people that operating a unit is a shared responsibility, shared by a team of adults. That's why it's so important when we're looking for a new unit leader to look for someone who can work well with adults as well as lead youth. Well, like every rule, this one has an exception. It's not always immediately feasible to organize a unit committee in low-income urban areas or in some remote rural areas, for that matter. Where that's the case, it's very important to encourage the unit leader, build his or her self-confidence, give positive recognition, good strokes for everything they do. It'll reinforce their sense of accomplishment.